And this week, on a very special Easy Bucko,
we talk about pubes and boobs. Hey everyone, we're Bucko. This is my best friend Lauren.
This is my best friend Aaron.
And we're going to be talking about puberty.
Puberty.
Or as Lauren likes to say,
pubes, boobs, and YouTubes.
On YouTubes. Absolutely. So yeah, we're talking about like what it was like for yourself. I'm also wearing this very awkward sweater that I purchased like 6 or 7 years ago, and I like to mix things up with my fashion, and I don't wear it because it makes me feel uncomfortable. It's kind of like buying, like if you're from the 70s, buying that Parisian night suit. You know what I mean? If anyone knows Freaks and Geeks, you know what I'm talking about. Yep. You're like, I'm going to try this out. Yep. And then you realize that how horrible that idea was. Oh my, that's a bad idea. Yeah. So
I was worried skinny jeans were going to be that for me, but I actually look good in them.
I really do like this sweater. I never wear it, but I do like it. It is really comfortable.
I think that counts
it's cozy.
As called a cowl neck.
Cowl neck? Yeah, I don't know, but it is very tall. Like legit, I could walk around talking like this, you know.
You could rob a bank.
I could rob a bank. I couldn't see anything.
A sperm bank.
But I could.
Mazel tov.
Yeah, it's very much like, where's the moil?
Yeah.
Hi.
Yeah.
It's very much foreskin.
Yeah.
It's my foreskin sweater.
Foreskin sweater. Babe, I can't find my foreskin sweater. Have you seen my foreskin sweater?
So we're talking puberty and what it was like to go through puberty.
Oh, you want to start the thingy?
Oh, damn it.
Didn't start the thing.
We're talking puberty. Timer.
We're talking puberty. We're going to keep going. Because you know what? Speaking of timers, nature has one.
Yep.
And that's when it says, psst, you're going to get boobs now.
Yeah, and I think what we started doing is watching a show called Big Mouth.
Yeah, on Netflix, which if you haven't seen, you should.
It's really, really good. It really, maybe not for the 13 and under people, but anyone above that, I think it's great, and it really kind of explains puberty and the
experience for the opposite people. Yeah. It's
really well illustrated. So I recommend Big Mouth.
It's funny. Very, very funny.
It's very funny. So what was your experiences? What did you remember?
I was a bit of a late bloomer. I just, like, all of my friends got their period and got boobs way before me. And I remember, like telling my mom, being like, I'm weird. I'm never going to get boobs. And she's like, yes, you will, I promise. And I was like, you don't know anything. Which probably was an indication that it was going to come soon because I was very emotional. My mom's like, no, seriously, it'll be fine. And I'm like, you don't know anything. And then I did. And it was one of those things where you're like, oh my God, I got my period. This is amazing. And then like immediately 30 seconds later, you're like, this is the worst thing in the world. Oh my God, why did I wish for this? It was not the worst thing in the world. But
because you've talked about itchy boobs before.
Yeah, when your boobs are growing. They don't say that a lot in school. When your boobs are growing, they get itchy. Which makes sense. Because the skin stretching. So I guess that makes sense.
Same people do that.
Yeah, girls will be like, because they're itchy. And it was literally overnight. Like, I went away for spring break and I came back and it was like, boobs.
This is part of my stand-up, but like, women will always complain about guys shifting and grabbing their nuts. When ladies, I've seen you do this before where you grab the underwire and you go, that's the same thing. Just to let you know, this is the same thing as us grabbing our balls.
But no.
You guys do it in a better fashion.
But here's the thing. You don't stretch your balls because you have a death wire poking into the sensitive spots.
Yes, you do.
You have a death wire under your balls? There's a pair of underwear that has wires under your balls?
There is an extreme... Usually, it comes with an extreme amount of pinching that is happening. And you're like, oh man...
Your underwear?
It's everything bunching. If you really look at a crotch, it's just everything...
But do you have a metal spear?
It's like the Forks. And it's like the Forks in Manitoba.
Okay.
And it's like... Everything cultivates there. Okay. It's just like, that's where it is. And like, everything just gets crammed up. And you're like, oh, my nuts. And you're like, eh. And you got to move it.
No, I get that. But I'm just saying, like, a bra, you have an underwire, which will all of a sudden one day decide to work its way through the fabric and literally stab you in the boob. So much so that newer bras actually have like this little like plastic or rubber on the ends of the wire because people were getting stabbed in the boob. I have a friend that has a scar.
Well, maybe men need to get more support for their nuts.
Maybe you do. Maybe just like a little like...
2 cups.
All the time.
2 cups. It's like a small bra for your testicles. Tiny bras.
You have to get measured, and everyone would talk about it. That's why there isn't one, because then you'd have to talk about measurements, and guys do not.
Yeah,
and
it'd be some guy, like, if you've ever got your inseam done, you never go to a suit shop and it's some, like, lady. It's always some dude that's like, let me get to the closest parts of your regions.
Up in there.
Just, like, getting their regions, and they're up in there with their hand, and they're measuring things. It's like, whoa, easy. I don't want that measured.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's
So
kind
puberty.
of... Puberty.
Yeah.
I think for me, puberty was what they got in that show, Big Mouth.
Yeah.
Was the fact that your sex drive is absolutely insane.
Over the top.
Over the top. Like, you just... Like, it's just...
That's testosterone. That's what that does to you.
Yeah. Just makes you... Some people it makes them angry, and they did talk about that, where some
They
guys
get, like,
are just
rage.
like, whoa, easy. Settle down. But I didn't feel the rage thing. One thing I know right now, I don't remember me without pubes, so...
You don't remember looking down and not seeing them?
Yeah, I can't remember being like looking down and...
Did you have chest hair right away?
No.
Just came...
That came later.
Interesting.
When I became a true Scotsman.
Look at my mane on my chest.
Because my dad, the only hair he has is on his head and on his mustache, and I'm assuming in his pubic hair.
It's not. Talk about... It's natural. It's part of life.
Yeah. But, like, he doesn't have hair on his body anywhere. Like, legs, chest,
well, apparently,
arms.
the men inherit their, like hair, like, on their head. If they get receding hairlines, or if they lose their hair, or their chest hair, they actually inherit that from their mother's side. I don't know if that's true, but I heard that, and that makes sense. Because
But then I would be bald. Like, or balding. I'd have a cul-de-sac. Lauren's, like, trying how do I not say you're balding?
That's not what
That's
I
what
said.
she's doing. She's like,
that is not at all.
There's a lot of hair in that shower.
No, that's not what I'm saying. Hello, it's like an Irish setter puppy in the bathroom after I have a shower. Every time.
You couldn't even find my hair if you wanted to. It's like it's covered with Lauren.
Yeah.
It's like you take a...
This is long, beautiful, healthy hair, and it just... I leave a trail if I ever lose track of myself.
Honestly, if you go into the bathroom and you sweep, or you go into the bathtub and you're like, you clean up a bit and you're like, Lauren? Oh no, that's just a fur ball.
It's my hair. It's good times.
What else did you notice? Acne for sure. I had acne.
I
hated
didn't really. I got a few pimples, and they were like the big, like, Mount Vesuvius ones. Yeah. But just like one or two. I was fortunate to not have the acne.
Ingrown hairs all along here, and I would have like a just. And you see it on boys. You can tell where it's just one big fat one, and then back knee too. No fun.
There was always that one girl who like got her period like through her pants or her skirt. And every girl was like, oh, God, please, God, don't let that happen to me. I can't let people know I'm a normal, healthy, growing person. But for some reason...
Boys I had no clue. I was just like, what? I don't... Well, I understood. I aced health class, like, all the time. I
studied.
I knew everything about the sexual reproductives. I knew everything about the period happening. I knew everything. I was good. I was really good at it. I knew how not to get AIDS. I was really good at that.
That was a big thing they taught in school.
Absolutely.
Don't.
But I never put it together socially to the except like women feeling like or getting their period and like feeling the need to hide it, other than like Degrassi, which you always were like, oh, sure, Degrassi, whatever.
No,
heavy-handed Degrassi's got to teach me stuff.
No, well, the girl who got hers, it was in, I think, grade 7 in social studies class, and she was wearing like a very light, almost chambray, like a white denim skirt. And she stood up, and she got her period on her skirt.
That's too bad.
And like people were laughing at her, and I remember feeling really bad for her. And she wasn't the most liked classmate, I would say. But I did feel bad for her, because I thought if that were me, I would want someone to tell me, even if it was her. Even though she wasn't very nice. But she got it, and then she was like, I sat on a red gobstopper. That's what it is. It's on my period. I sat on a red gobstopper. And everyone's like, sure. I felt bad for her. But that's what she needed to tell everyone and herself to make herself feel better.
Maybe we need to teach kids to embrace the lie to help people.
Yeah. Well, and also, like, there's teachers when you would be like, can I go to the bathroom, please? And then you take your backpack with you because you have your tampons or your pads in there. And the teacher's like, Miss Cochrane, why are you taking your backpack with you? And you're like, do I really have to break this down to you? Like... And they'd make it extra embarrassing. So then you'd, like, come up with, like, sly ways of, like I'd have, like, a long sleeve and I'd slip the,
if we have children,
and just be like,
oh, yeah.
I need to leave it out.
If we have children, I hope we have a daughter that's, like, if a teacher stops them, if they stop them and, like, where are you going? It's like, with my backpack, oh, I'm having my period, and just, like, make them feel foolish.
Yeah.
Like, literally. Because that's ridiculous. And it's like, oh, I can't take this? Let me grab my tampons and pads out, right? Like, why? I don't understand why it's such a hidden thing. I think that's part of the social problems. Yeah. It's like hiding. Because guys don't. I don't think guys care. Like guys don't.
Well, most don't, but some make a point of being like, "What are you on your rag?" Like, come on, grow up.
Absolutely.
It's terrible.
Those guys are always those guys, though. Yeah. Right? Those are the guys that... Those guys are like... You leave them in the parking lot in high school and they're still there a few years later.
And they have a few wives, like, over their lifetime. There's somebody's stepdad.
And then they create garbage kids. Yeah. So...
the cycle continues.
The cycle continues. Yay.
Yeah.
Full cycle.
Full cycle. Full cycle. Like your menstrual cycle.
Oh, my goodness.
We have to come up with a new ringer for that one, David. It's just a tampon that just flays around. Have fun with that. I'm gonna make you that graphic.
Dave will not. I'm saying if Dave does that, I will think less of him. Don't bend to our commands. It's pretty bad.
Just like spinning around, like yay, I'm free.
Well, that has been our trip. I'm just wondering about anything else. Growth spurts, my knees, absolutely.
Oh yeah, growing pains. Big
growth spurts and acne.
I got it in my collarbone.
I didn't. Oh yeah.
When I was growing, it was like, it felt horrible.
And gentlemen, if you end up getting the dustache, the secret mustache, don't tell anyone. It's the secret. It's the secret mustache. Just shave it. It doesn't look good.
It'll come back thicker.
It will come back. It'll come back in its glorious ways. But get rid of it until you can actually grow a mustache. Like get rid of it until you're ready to work at hydro. You know what I mean?
You know what else was worse than the dustache was the pubic sideburns. Like just like a couple of like thick, clumpy. Just like, and then it kind of went down into their neck a bit, and you're like, and I think they thought they were like, I'm pretty bad, and you're like, hygiene choices.
You know what I thought? I thought you're pretty dirty. You're pretty dirty right now. You should probably shave it off.
At the same time, I grew up when girls were like, you know what's really great? White lipstick or light colored lipstick and dark lip liner. So we had it too. We had dumb girl fashion choices as well. So.
Well, there you go. That's Puberty with Bucko. Thank you so much for watching. This is my best friend Lauren.
This is my best friend Aaron.
And if you'd like to subscribe to more of our stuff to see, or just want to support us, subscribe to our channel. We'd really appreciate that. And also remember, this is your last chance to comment below for Billy Van is the Man. Hashtag that below so that you are entered to win the Hilarious House of Frightenstein albums. They're amazing and they're very colorful. And if you're a collector of vinyl, you want these albums. Anyway, we are Bucko. Check out some of our other stuff. Thank you so much. Bye.
Bye. Bye.